Hi everyone, it's Matt along with Goose, and today I'm going to talk about the Dragon Quest IV boss battles that we have 4 weeks to complete. These are actually pretty challenging bosses that at least cost zero stamina, and I will tell you how best to attack each boss so that you can get to Psaro, who is a pretty hefty challenge. Some of these rewards are very good. They're not needed though, at the very least. So if you are not strong enough to beat it, don't worry. But I will try and show you as many tricks and what units you can possibly use to make it as easy as possible for everyone. So stay tuned. So, Death Mountain event, Dragon Quest IV, and you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. Each area has a boss to beat, and there are five bosses total, uh, and there are very challenging, and you need to make a custom party for each. Each stage have different elements and status effects to worry about, and also different elements you should use to attack, and even some status elements just make them a lot easier. Requires no stamina, so as you can see here, you can just run with whatever boss you want with no stamina here. You will earn weapons after defeating all five areas, and the Fracture Iron Ball is a very powerful weapon, but you also earn medals for winning each battle as well, which does helpful out. So this is the main thing that if you do beat, you will get, so it is kind of nice to have it as well. So the first one, Den of Barbatos. He is weak to whoosh and zam spells. The enemies themselves have a lot of sleep attacks. So this is taken from JP. It had about 5,000 HP for Barbatos, and you also fight Mimic with 1535 and a match Draki that had about 1600, 1700 HP. Everybody's weak against Whoosh and Zam, so stock up against units that have that and are very strong to sleep spells. Especially the mimics have a sweet breath, which can be pretty annoying for sleep. Barbatos uses mostly crackle, but does have a powerful zap damage as well with Einozun. Um, so it has a range of two. So it is a magic user. Generally, as long as you have Whoosh and Zam, so spells or you can also do physical as well. It doesn't really need to be spells per se, but generally you will work better with either range or a lot of speed to be able to attack quickly and take out Barbatos as fast as you can. Um, Second skill is Hayadalako, which is basically a very large crackle spell. Third spell, Buki Kamashari, is a fan-based non-elemental attack and moves units hit back 2 squares. So it can be a little bit annoying to get Barbatos overall. And it also has a bright breath in a line. So basically, what you want to make sure is that when you have units out there, that you want to have them staggered basically in a diagonal line, if at all possible, so that the only thing you can maybe get hit by is Buki Kamashari, which is probably his weakest attack. Now, probably it is his weakest attack. It does move you 2 units back, but as long as you line it up correctly, you won't get hit too annoying with that with the fan, and be able to attack him out. You probably need to beat him in the first 2 to 3 turns, and then you can deal with the rest of the enemies with the team that you have. As I say, worry about Crackle and Bang, and mostly Crackle. Not Bang, sorry, Zap. No, nope, sorry, this is Bang. Bang skill, sorry, not Zap damage, this is Bang. I'm sorry, everyone. And we also have Wind and, as I say, Zam spells. They're weak to, everyone's weak to it. So the units that you want to bring here, You have your White King, you have Metal Dragon, also Hell. Um, you can also use Armful, Bone Baron, and the this unit, the Dark Skeleton, was used as a unit with Dragon Lord. So you may or may not have him. If you do have him, he's actually a really good unit overall, along with Bone Baron for the movement. These are all strong against sleep. And actually, this unit right here, which we had a chance to farm, is a very good farm unit. Unit for actually defense to use as kind of a unit to kind of self-sacrifice with the other units there and just allow him to take hits. Also, if you want to bring a healer, that might not be a bad one, but for this one, I think going a full attack route is a good idea. And you can also use your the Hell to poison, which can help with Barbatos, as it will do about 1,000 damage if you can envenomate him quickly. So these all have a lot of HP. If you can poison them, it will help you greatly. The next one here is the Den of Aamon. And to be honest, in Japan he was called Evil Priest. I like that a lot more than Aamon, the name itself. But that is what it is. So I do have EP here. That's Evil Priest. Each of these enemies are weak to Frizzle spells or skills. So you want to use Frizzle. The enemies have a lot of paralysis and swoosh attacks. So you're going to look for units that are strong against paralyze and swoosh. Aamon skills, Bukimashari, same as Barbatos. Above, fan-shaped, will move 2 units back. We have Baggy Cross, which is basically very powerful swoosh. Detoxification, he can cure poison and heal HP, so you do not want to use poison on this boss. And Dormor, which is just a very large Zam spell damage as well. These units here are annoying as heck. And this is one of the few bosses where these guys might be more annoying than the Aamon is. So depending on your team composition, it's kind of hard to say who to attack first. But if your units are very powerful against both whoosh and Zam spells, then go kill the smoke units first, as they are both Frizzle and Sizzle, can be destroyed fairly quickly, and they are very annoying. The units here, we have Dragon Lord, Peacock, Dread Dragon if you have them, Hybrid. We have our Lethal Armor and Hellion, and then we have 4 different selections to use as a tank. Tanks are useful for the smoke units here to try and draw them out. For speed kills, obviously if you have a Dragon Lord, that will be best. Hybrid is very useful as well for speed, along with the Royal Peacock. Dread Dragon is okay for this one, but you can use the Dread Dragon both as an attacker and as a tank, and maybe take out some of these smoke units along with it. That's the main reason why you include that. And Hellion is an A level, and honestly should be, as long as you've got a couple of copies of him, probably your first A6 unit, as Hellion is generally a very powerful unit overall. And so these make a good backbone, and then having a good tank along with it, you can take out Aamon fairly quickly, and then try and take out whatever you can with everyone else. On the southwest side, once again, I really like the Japanese name of Giga Demon. That just sounds much better than Pruslas. But that's the name that they had in Dragon Quest IV, and as I say, I really like Giga Demon, but that's the name what we have. This is a very interesting one, and if you have a proper team, it actually can be fairly easy. Um, Otherwise, if you don't have the best team, then you need a lot of HP. And the problem is, without having sleep and poison, especially for Pruslas, because he has a decent amount of defense, can be a little hard to take out without it. That HP is a bear, and the problem is it only uses non-elemental attacks. Uh, so um, it is really annoying, and the key here is to use the Hell Crusader to poison and to reduce poison resistance. And if you can sleep Pruslas, then the envenomation will do a fifth of the damage, and over 3 turns you can nail out about 3600 HP with the sleep and take out the other 2 units first. That definitely helps out very, very much in order to then spread out, make sure that you don't get surrounded with the AoE. Rolling attack really hurts with this unit because he has a lot of strength. And the Techo Sword will lower attack, is pretty powerful, and the Ultra Stamp is also really annoying as well. And honestly, the Ultra Stamp can kill your team in 2 to 3 turns if you're grouped together too much. Basically, the goal is to have enough range where Pruslas can't use rolling attack, can only at best attack 2 units with the Ultra Stamp. So if you imagine that you have, and Goo, you're going to be Pruslas, and I know, I'm sorry. Here, you have a space, you want to have a unit here, space unit here, space unit here, space unit here. And then at that point, your 5th unit can be wherever. And at best, he can only attack 2 units at once, and you'll be able to wear him down fairly easy. The gargoyles are annoying. They can do multi-fist and or a 4-hit attack that do a lot of non-elemental damage, so there's no real way to lower it. The walruses here are the lesser worry, but they can hit very, very hard with 1 unit. So the gargoyles are weak against Whoosh and Zam. Walrus is Sizzle and Zam, and Pruslas is Frizzle and Zam. So obviously you're going to want to have units that have Zam skills, as they're all weak against that. And the main 2 units that you want are Bubble King and our Hell Razor, because of their ability to lower poison resistance and to poison. So this round, your basic goal is to have someone that has sleep, someone that has poison, and then you're basically tanking it up and just trying to do as much damage. These are the best ones. So these you were able to farm out for the A's. So if you farmed out all 5 of them, as a free to play, this might actually be your easiest one to do. So this one obviously was the Dragon Lord. This is just out right now with Elena. We have our Org. This is your Troll, and you've got 2 others. Your own Gargoyle, too, also does some pretty good damage along with Golem. Notice that most of these have a lot of HP and defense, and that's just to counteract the Ultra here. If you are looking at maybe taking out the enemies a little faster, I still highly suggest that you bring in one of these 2 units here and someone that can sleep, and you focus that on Pruslas, then bring them around to kill the other units while you then mow down the gargoyles and walruses. The last unit here is Rashaverak. This can be a mildly annoying one. The reason is it is a powerful unit, and will call in the reinforcements, the smaller version of itself, 3 at a time. At a half HP, you basically need to kill it quickly or it will overwhelm you. So what you've got to do is just wear it down as fast as you can. Then what you're going to do is kill whatever reinforcements it brings in. Its skills are fairly powerful. It has Volcano Breath for Frizz Breath damage, Breath, which can poison, and Violent Otakabi, which inflicts physical damage and can stun. He is incredibly annoying. He is weak to Bang and to Crackle. And also the other units are basically just smaller versions. They do some decent damage and use the same skills. So the team here, basically it's a high-powered, how much damage can you do quickly to Rashaverak. And these are all basically units that have high damage and have either Crackle or Bang here for their main skills. Basically, you're just going to bring the highest units that you have here and maybe a buffer. So the only buffer that's really good is the Seahorse here. But right now that because of the Frizz here, unfortunately, once again, the Giuliante banner, not Giuliante, sorry, the Witch Greitzel banner had side units that were very useful for this boss and also for Pruslas, and also a weapon that gave a lot of HP, which was very important for Pruslas as well. So these two battles are actually much more difficult than they were in Japan. So we just need to make sure to wear down Rashaverak, who doesn't have that much HP, but as I say, if you allow him to stay alive for more than 2 or 3 turns, you're just going to have too many units to have to kill in order to be able to beat him. And the last one is Psaro, who is the center, who will be unlocked once you defeat all the barriers around him. This is an absolute tough battle. There's a bunch of enemies overall. Here, the HP should be 1,300 or so. Unfortunately, the capture here was at a much lower HP. It is got more than the Bone Barons do. It's about 1,500 to 1,600 HP. But with Psaro, and you probably already, and if not in the story, Psaro gets stronger as the battle goes on. So you have to focus on Psaro and go all out as quickly as possible. Do not use magic on Psaro for the first 3 turns. He has his Reflect. And Reflect hurts really bad. And it's bounce here on Global. But you cannot use magic against him as he will send it back to you. So good luck on that. Psaro has 6 skills. So he has a 130% physical damage to 1 unit. He can recover HP and poison as well with Detox. He has a straight line Crackle Breath damage AoE. He has the atypical Magic Fist, which is probably one of the 2 skills that you're most worried about. Inflicts 250 physical damage within range and will attract enemies hit by 2 squares and bring them closer. And Tenma Collapse, which is a bang skill, inflicts 208% bang damage to all enemies within AoE. So you are going to have to be careful. You will have to survive his Tenma Collapse, most likely, unless if you have some ranged physical. That 280% bang damage is painful, and this will be a tough battle because Psaro itself has higher attack, defense, and magic compared to his 4 barrier units behind him. And has also atypical Takabi, which is a similar type of Tenma collapse. It's not nearly as strong, but can paralyze you as well. And that is very, very annoying. Frizzle and Sizzle for Bone Baron and the Magic Wizard. And Psaro has Frizzle and Crackle. So units here, Elena is actually probably the best unit against Psaro. It was kind of designed to focus on Elena, especially her third skill or third turn hero skill is usually, if you have Elena, that's how you're going to try to finish off Psaros by turn 3. Other units you can use is Dragonlord True Form, Killing Machine, Zoma if you need to. Zoma you can actually use the other enemies first, and then on turn 4 you can go ahead and crush him. Royal Peacock, Hellion, we have our Killing Armor, and then we have our 3 tanks at the bottom. And for this one, the tanks are more used to, if you can use Zoma to try and kill them, or the tanks to try and tank them. And for this one, you probably also need to bring in a healer and a buffer, so maybe even someone just like Emperor Slime for the buff. Or if it's a later in there, Kirill is also a good unit to use as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick, and I mean very quick, Death to the Road of Psaro's Peak, or Death Mountain. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know below. Also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, as that does greatly help me out. And also, if you want to visit me, I am Mad Guru on Twitch as well. So if you want to catch me on Twitch, I am usually on 24/7, but I will respond when I am able to. So I hope you guys enjoy more often as well. I hope with this information, this will allow you to beat some more of the tougher units that you might be frustrated against. I hope you guys good luck. I would love to hear your conquests as well in the comments. And you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys later.